Thank you for clicking on this video. This video is going to give you some information in regards to what we really didn't like about Norwegian Cruise Line. And if you wanted to know what we did like in our highlights, please visit the video that is already uploaded on this page. You'll find great highlights in regards to this Norwegian trip. So this Norwegian trip, you have to bear in mind that the lines are long. So please, again, bring your patience. What I also wanted to talk about is when you enter the room. So when you enter the room, you have to know that your temperature gauge is on the right-hand side near the bathroom door. And it's good to don't hit the snowflake symbol. You want to be able to have it on, only because when we were going in and out of the room, the AC kept going off, and we just tried to figure out why, and we didn't know why the AC was not staying on. So it was because we was hitting this snowflake symbol. The other thing we really didn't, we want to let you know what to expect on this video as well. So my last video talked about a little bit about the room key, but the room key is very essential for turning on all the lights. So I wanted to share that in this video as well. The main switch lights are on the right side of the bed and the front door. And the other thing we didn't really care for is when we went on the balcony, we cannot control people smoking, but thankfully it wasn't such a bad issue. One of the things that we really didn't care for is this enclosure in the bathroom. We've been on several ships, and one ship in particular is Carnival, and they have what you call the shower curtain instead of the closure. It just gave us more room, and we really liked the fact of having a shower curtain versus this closure. So as you can see, this picture kind of gives you an idea of the curtain aspect, so that you will get an idea of what you are going to walk into with going into Norwegian Cruise Line's room. The other thing we didn't really care for is, again, it was about the room. It was about having that freedom to have a little bit more space. We know that cruise lines, and with rooms and with other things have to do what they have to do for capacity's sake. But we felt that because we was on a different ship and we kind of compared some things, we, realized that there are certain things that we need room for. And this is one of them. The chairs on the balcony didn't provide room. As you can see, there's handles on either side of the chair, and we would have loved to be able to have no handle chair on our balcony to give more room. And then we also found out that the theater, the main cusp of the entertainment is in this particular room, and it just didn't give the room that you need. So just be aware when you go on the ship that all the shows and different things are in these types of theaters, and it didn't have room at all. The handles were so close together, it just didn't give room. So just a heads up on that. The dining room also was kind of the same way, but we was able to find different dining rooms that had no handled chairs. As you can see in this picture, we love the fact that the Savor room, dining room that you see here, provided good size seats. The other thing outlets are limited, so please bring a power strip. And when you do bring the power strip, remember to, before you leave the room, to unplug the things that you were charging, because it will be taken away from you if you don't. If you've been on a cruise before and you went cruising on a different ship, for example, we've been on Carnival, there is always a photographer taking pictures when you leave the ship, before you even enter the ship, or at the dinner, around the ship. You can always say no, but Norwegian, the only time I seen a photographer was when we went on the ship, not at dinner, not leaving the ship, not even around the ship. I noticed they had photography stations, but no one at the time was on duty. So just keep in mind that if you were looking to have a lot of photography taken around the ship, it's going to be a little limited. I just wanted to show you that there is water that you can buy for Norwegian, and this is the size that you typically will get, and it was really good. You can order it before you go on the ship, and they will place it in your room, so you can actually order it while you're on the ship, but it's a little bit more, and you have a variety of sizes, or I should say packs of, that you can buy. So it was a really good thing. The only thing we didn't really care for was the waiting time, but that was because there was a lot of things going on that particular day, on that particular cruise, that just it was a wait for our water. I wanted to share with you as well one of the things we really didn't like. We wanted to order room service, and what we found out is that room service is free when you order the breakfast, but lunch and dinner you had to pay. So I want you to keep that in mind when ordering things, or want to order things, because you have to actually pay some gratuity. And so if you don't want to pay that, then you don't want to order room service. On other ships that we've been on, room service was free, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The other thing on this ship that we didn't really care for is they didn't have a lobster night. Other cruise ships that we've been on, we've had the privilege of eating lobster all you can eat, and they just didn't have it. So I wanted to throw that in there just in case you're coming from a different ship that had it and you're looking for it. It's not on this particular ship. The other thing I wanted to mention about Norwegian is that they have I just want you to be mindful about the excursions. When you do purchase your excursions, it's better to purchase them early, because if not, you will wind up not being able to maybe get something that you really want, because they go fast. And if no one told you to reserve early, then you would have missed out on maybe an excursion you wanted to do. As well as the specialty dining area is so important to make your reservations early, so that you won't miss going to your favorite restaurant, or a restaurant you wanted to try on the day you want, because it's full. So thank you so much for viewing this video about things we didn't like. Again, it's very minimum, but we wanted to give you this as a heads up. Again, check out my video on Norwegian Cruise Line highlights, and don't forget to click and subscribe. Thank you.